We're going to be creating a PO in Crow's Nest to show you how the parts and the colors come together. I've come to the PO form, clicked on purchase orders, I created a new PO, and we're currently on a new blank PO. Down below, I can go to items, add some blank items down here. So one thing to make note of and understand is the concept that these four columns together combined are what make a line item unique in Crow's Nest. So you can select one part from their database. We're going to be doing some sheet goods here. So maybe I'm doing industrial particle board 11/16 core. It's a 4x8 sheet, and this VL is just a two-letter code that we use at my place of work. Other customers use different methods, but this is telling us this is a vertical grade laminate with a liner on the back. So I've stored a lot of information in my part. Some people choose to split all their colors so that colors have a vertical grade and standard grade in the color. I like to keep that information in the part and have finished information only in the color. So I'm going to select my part here, and then here's where I can bring in my color. So this color 1 is what we usually put on the face or the top of the board. And this is where you can bring in a specific laminate color, and then you could also add like a white liner or cabinet liner. Now if we go look at our colors database, our colors table, whenever you select a color, you're pulling from the colors table. You can edit that list by going to purchasing colors. You can also edit it on the fly, but this is where you can come see just a complete list and edit the colors in one spot. You can also search through them in here as well, and sort. So you can pick a manufacturer. This is going to link to a business in your database. You can check boxes whether this material is grained or directional, discontinued, or unavailable. You do have a spot to put a number and a name. So typically with laminates, you're usually going to put a number of the color as well as a number of the finish. And then the note is an internal note. Whatever you type here, you'll be able to read while you're looking at colors. However, they won't really be used anywhere else. Keywords is used for searching. So when you're searching for a color, say on a PO, it will search through the name, it will search through the number, it will also search through the keywords. So for instance, if this was a color that was similar to Gibraltar, and we go back to our PO and we start searching for that Gibraltar, if we're selecting a color, we can see that it did bring up some colors that have Gibraltar in the name. It also brought up this Riverstone because it had Gibraltar in the keywords. So that is what keywords are for. The modifier is used for entering text only and can be used to modify the line, add additional information, or to be used on its own. So if you're ordering a part, a one-off part that you don't want to add a part to your database for, you can do that in here. Say you're ordering some auto parts or something along the line that's not typically in your nature, but you need to purchase it anyways. This way you can just add that to your line item and not fill in a part or color. You do have the option of adding a part just to classify it. So you could add a category and maybe make this auto parts, something along those lines. Now it's classified, so anytime you order auto parts, you select that part, type anything you want in your modifier. You only have one part in the database, but you can come back later and query anytime you ever bought auto parts. Other uses for colors can be some hardware or some grommets. Usually hardware, because the hardware part numbers are different based on the finish, we'll keep all that right in the part number. So for instance, here's a Doug Mockett trash ring that is black stainless steel. So each one of these kind of has the color already in the part name and the part number in the description. So we typically don't split that out into a color. But colors are very well used for laminates and sheet goods. Also, if you're just going to be ordering loose laminate, Same kind of thing. Instead of doing a complete layup with a core, you would be selecting your core as basically what kind of sheet it is. Let's say we're going to order 4x8 a post form. And then again, I can either copy and paste using the keyboard shortcuts, or I can select a color from my database. In this case, we would only need one color because there's no back color for our loose laminate. But the Color 2 allows you to add a second color for items like sheet goods where you're going to be gluing a different color to each side of the board.